Hello students, welcome again in this beautiful world of accountancy. This is Amit sir, your accountancy teacher. I hope you all are practicing hard for upcoming periodicals. Now to this video we will cover chapter number 3 by finishing this final topic. And before I start, I'll suggest you all to please like and subscribe my channel. Now in the given problem, balance sheet of X and Y is given to us. Those are sharing profit and losses in the ratio 5:3. From 1st April 2019, they decided to change their profit sharing ratio to 3:5. It means change in profit sharing ratio is there, and that change comes into effect from 1st April 2019. And the adjustment which are given to us are goodwill to be valued on the basis of 2 years purchase. Please write it in your notebook. 2 years of purchase of average profit of last 3 years. It means first we will compute average profit of last 3 years, then we will multiply it with 2, then we will get the goodwill of firm. Now adjustment 2, machinery and stock revalued at 45,000 and 8,000 respectively. Now when we compare the value of machinery with its book value, we can clearly see that there is an increase of 7,000, and that 7,000 we will represent in revaluation account on its credit side. Similarly, the value of stock is also increased by rupees 1,000. Therefore, it will also be represented on credit side of revaluation account. Now, claim on workman compensation fund is 6,000. And when we compare it with the workman compensation reserve, it is clearly visible to us that 4,000 of such reserve will be treated as free reserve, and that 4,000 will be distributed in partners in their old ratio. Now, they are asking us to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet. Let's start. Now, first we must start with the preparation of revaluation account. While preparing revaluation account, first you must read question carefully. और जब हमने question को पढ़ा, we observe that there are two adjustments which will affect revaluation account. Those two adjustments are, first, increase value of machinery. And value of machinery is increased by rupees 7,000. ये कैसे compute किया? Present value of machinery is given to us in adjustment which is of rupees 45,000, and the book value which was already given to us is of rupees 38,000. It means 7,000 से machinery का value increase हो रहा है. And when there is increase in the value of asset, it must be termed as income. और income को हम कहाँ show करते हैं? Credit side of revaluation account. इसलिए मशीनरी को हमने क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट में शो कर दिया. सिमिलरली वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक इज इंक्रीज बाय रुपीज 1,000. अगेन दैट वैल्यू इज कंप्यूटेड बाय प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ 8,000 लेस बुक वैल्यू विच वाज ऑलरेडी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय अस इन बुक ऑफ रुपीज 7,000 1,000, एंड दैट 1,000 इज ऑल्सो रिटर्न ऑन क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट, क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी एसेट बढ़ रहा है और एसेट बढ़ना इनकम. नाउ नथिंग एल्स इज गिवन विच इज टू बी शोन इन रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. तो हम क्या करेंगे? दोनों साइड को बैलेंस करेंगे. एंड ऑन बैलेंसिंग बोथ साइड वी कैन क्लियरली सी नथिंग एल्स इज गिवन ऑन डेबिट साइड, सो बैलेंसिंग फिगर कम्स आउट टू बी 8,000, एंड दैट बैलेंसिंग फिगर इज टू बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन ओल्ड रेशियो. प्लीज इस चीज को लास्ट क्लास वाली चीज से मिक्स मत करना. लास्ट क्लास में हमें एसेट को रिवैल्यू करके नहीं दिखाना था, तो हमने उस केस में एंट्री किया था गेनिंग टू सैक्रिफाइसिंग, बट यहाँ पे ऐसा कोई कंडीशन नहीं है. It means we will distribute whatsoever given as profit in their old ratio. That's why I am distributing 8,000 in 5:3, and out of which X get rupees 5,000 and Y get rupees 3,000. Now after preparation of revaluation account, our next step is preparation of partners capital account. When we start preparing partners capital account, first thing we will write the balances of capital given to us in the question itself, and those balances are of rupees 52,000 for X and 54,000 for Y. After writing those balances, we will start distributing free reserves, and first free reserve is general reserve, and when we distribute general reserve of rupees 4,800 in their old ratio of 5:3, X will get 3,000 and Y will get 1,800. Similarly, when we distribute free workman compensation fund, that is of rupees 4,000, that comes after reducing 6,000 liability from available reserve of 10,000, we will get 4,000, and when we distribute that 4000 in their old ratio, X will get 2500 and Y will get 1500. Next, profit from revaluation account is also posted here, that is of rupees 5000 and 3000. And for making this adjustment entry in respect of goodwill, we will do working notes. First working note give us the value of sacrificing or gaining share of the partner. For computing sacrificing and gaining share of the partner, first we will write their old and new ratio, and after writing that ratio, formula for sacrificing share is old ratio minus new ratio. When we compute sacrificing share of X, we will get 5 by 8 minus 3 by 8, that comes to be 2 by 8 as is sacrificing share. Similarly, when we compute sacrificing share for Y, we will get minus 2 by 8 in result. It means he will be termed as gaining partner. Now after making computation of gaining and sacrificing share, next step is to compute goodwill. And for computing goodwill, first we will compute average profit. Average profit means sum of 3 years profit divided by 3, which comes to be rupees 6000. And when we multiply it with number of year purchase, which is of 2 year, then we will get goodwill of the firm as rupees 12,000. Now after computing goodwill, your next step is to pass adjustment entry in respect of goodwill, and that entry is sacrificing partner must be credited and gaining partner must be debited. Now when we compute sacrificing share by X, we will get 3000 as answer. That amount comes by multiplying firm's goodwill with his sacrificing share. And similarly, when we compute the amount by which Y is to be debited, then it comes to be 12,000 into 2 by 8, that is his gaining share, it is 3000. Now after making computation of gaining and sacrificing share or amount of adjustment, we will pass entry. That entry is Y's account debited to X account. When we post that entry in capital account, Y is to be written on credit side by rupees 3000 in X column, and X is to be written on debit side in Y's column, represented by 3000. Now one more thing which you should remember, on asset side, before closing capital account, we always remember that on asset side अगर कुछ goodwill दिया हुआ है या fictitious asset दिया हुआ है या loss दिया हुआ है, it means profit and loss का debit balance दिया है, then it must be written off in their old ratio. Now when we see asset side of balance sheet, we see advertisement suspense account is already there, which was of rupees 800. When we distribute that 800 in their old ratio, X will get 500 and Y will get 300 on its debit side. Similarly, when we see asset side of balance sheet, there is one more thing which is known as old goodwill. And if you remember, I taught you many times, मैंने कई बार आपको बोला और कई बार समझाया कि जब भी ओल्ड गुडविल दिया हो, उसे सबसे पहले राइट ऑफ करना है. किस रेशियो में? ओल्ड रेशियो में. It means we will write off that old goodwill of rupees 8,000 in their old ratio, and we will get 5,000 in X column and 3,000 in Y's column. Now after writing all the relevant information regarding capital account, next step is to compute balance CD. It means the balance of capital which is to be represented in partner's capital account after change in profit sharing ratio, and it comes to be 60,000 for X and 54,000 for Y. Now after preparation of partner's capital account, our final and the last step is preparation of balance sheet. For preparing balance sheet, first thing we will write on liability side of balance sheet is their capitals, and those capitals comes from capital accounts balance CD, and we will write X capital as 58,500, Y's capital as 55,500. After that we will write sundry creditors as it is from last balance sheet, and EPF as I told you, employee provident fund कभी भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं होता. इट मीन्स इट मस्ट बी रिटन एज इट इज. हाँ, इसका लायबिलिटी बढ़ सकता है पर कभी कम नहीं होगा. सो प्लीज कीप दिस थिंग इन योर माइंड. आने वाले चैप्टर्स में एडमिशन में और रिटायरमेंट में भी EPF मस्ट बी ट्रीटेड एज सर्टेन फंड, जो एक स्पेशल पर्पज के लिए यूज होगा. फाइनली द लास्ट थिंग, वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन रिजर्व. इफ यू रीड क्वेश्चन केयरफुली देन यू कैन सी, वहां पे उसने बोला था देयर इज अ लायबिलिटी अगेंस्ट वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन रिजर्व और फंड of rupees 6,000. That's why I'm writing it here as rupees 6,000. Now after completing liability side, we will move our focus towards asset side. On asset side, first thing we will write machinery, and as per the requirement of the question, value of machinery is increased by 7,000. It means 38,000 book value which was already given to us when we had 7,000 we will get 45,000 as machinery. Next, furniture. Again, furniture is also given to us in balance sheet, and that was of rupees 15,000. So we just copy it from there. Next, debtors. Again, we will write them as it is, 33,000. Stock. There was one adjustment related to treatment of stock. As per that adjustment, stock is to be increased by rupees 1,000. When we increase the value of stock by rupees 1,000, we will get 8,000 as stock. Now bank balance will remain as it is at rupees 25,000. In total, we will get 1,26,000. 1,26,000. Now, one thing you should remember, there is a major difference between this question and previous question. जो हमने पिछली क्लास में क्वेश्चन किया था उसमें एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज का वैल्यू अल्टर नहीं किया गया था. आई एम रिपीटिंग इट अगेन. हमने एसेट्स और लायबिलिटीज को पुरानी वैल्यू पे रिप्रेजेंट किया था, सिर्फ एक एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री किया था बिकॉज दैट थिंग वाज गिवन टू अस इन द क्वेश्चन एंड दैट वाज द मेन रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन. उस क्वेश्चन का वो मेन रिक्वायरमेंट था. बट इस क्वेश्चन में ऐसा कोई प्रोविजन नहीं है, तो हम वैल्यूज को अल्टर कर रहे हैं और जो फ्री रिजर्व है उनको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं. नाउ दैट्स इट. Finally, goodbye and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel again. Thank you.